Hello, good morning, and some of you good evening. Okay. Everyone is there, so I'm just opening my screen here, and I got some questions. Just a bit, 1 minute. I'll take that questions. Opening my Jupyter notebook here. The question is what? Francis sir, hi. Before the class start, can you show me the how to subtract element from array using a loop? Yeah, you can. With which loop? This one. Okay, 4, 5, 6. And need the answer as a 5. Need the answer as a 5. Okay, I'll check first. No problem. My voice is audible to you? Yeah, okay. Mm. So what we are going to do here, the question I would like to take from the Francis sir, what is the question? Okay, I'll take that question first and then we can move, okay? Hmm. Subtract the element from the array using what? Using list, means loop. Sorry. Looping structure execution is easy, but if you go for one thing, let's check out how it is work, means if it is work or not, right? Mm, mm. A is equals to 4, 5, 4 comma 5 comma 6. This is right. I'm taking one example. Let's check out what will work or not. So we are going to what do here? Subtraction, right? So for that, removing the element means it's kind of, suppose if I'm passing into x in range, because there we have the numeric values that will goes into the x, no? So I have to pass what? Length, right? And then I have to pass here a. So length of a, that will be the 3. So 3, it will start with the 0, right? It will start, means definitely he will give the 3, right? So by default range will start from the 0, and 0 will go, means 0 will go here x, and now a of x, maybe, yeah? a of x, a of x is equals to a of x minus, you have to element, no? So minus is in there, print. It's a little bit tricky. So what we have to, what you want? Question, please put it down once again here so I can get it. Please. Class, can you show me how to subtract element from array using loop? Yeah, you have added here x. Okay. And once you added the x, whatever the data will come to 0 here then, right? But if I go just a basic subtraction, yeah, it works. No, similar kind of that. Is it correct? What do you think? So you want that only 5 answer, means you want to remove that 4. Can you remove one item from given array? Want to remove? Yeah, remove function is there.
Hello, Abhay. What I was expecting is I want to subtract the numbers over there. So 4 minus 5 minus 6.
Yeah, remove function is there, sir. I think maybe means if I'm giving you right answer to you, then definitely it looks like it, because this is a list, right? And wait, I will do one thing.
You're subtracting 1 from the list from each of the elements. What I want is the each of the elements should be subtracted against each other. So 4 minus 5 is 1. Minus 1. Minus 1 minus 6 should come minus 7.
Element 4 minus,
4 minus 5 is negative 1.
oh, yes,
Negative 1 and negative 6 should be negative 7. Answer should be negative 7 in this case. If
okay.
I'm
Means it's not an eliminating work. It's kind of just you are doing item based subtraction,
correct.
right?
Yes.
Item based subtraction means you have to add that value into x, and then x is like that. If suppose if I will try first, and if suppose it works, then definitely we go for that. Else I will give through the mail, right? Because I have tried that is well. So definitely the for is that possible that we can pass the fourth level? Yeah, this I think will be like this one maybe. Okay, 4 5, and then what is the work? 4 minus 5, 4 minus 5 means, so whatever the answer will come here, whatever the answer come in x, that will be minus 1. So I think so. Item based, I have to take plus is equals to plus not minus is equals to x of 0. No, a of 0. And it is working or not, I don't know. Because x is there, x whatever the value first will come, that will be divided by minus by 1, 0, that is in 4. 4 minus 5. Okay, this is 1. Like this. The logic is correct. Hope so. Work, but 1 won't increment. Yeah, that is the thing. That is the answer won't be right. Francis sir, I will take a time on it, right? And I will definitely work on first, right? Because definitely this is interesting little bit. So I would like to spend a time on it, and definitely I will come up to you. Yeah, I'll comment out definitely. Yeah. Okay. So now how many of okay? So many people have fine. So yesterday we have started. Yesterday we have started one function, and then we entered into the classes. So some of you gotten some issue with the classes, right? So maybe if I'm getting error, can you please check? Yeah, this one that you have shared the code, that is this one. Mm, like this, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it doesn't. They are not thinking about this one. 3, 4, 5. Item based subtraction means they want 4 minus 5. Okay, and something amount will something value will be remaining. 4 minus 5 means -1. -1 minus 6, and -1 minus 6 is I think 5, right? And then definitely your remaining answer should be like -1 plus 6, 7. It should be a 7, or I don't know. My math is a little bit tricky. So this won't work here. This won't work because we have to store the, if suppose if you make 4 minus 5, that value should store in another variable, right? And that value minus next value means a of x, a of means looping structure by it will be executed. So whatever the value will come, no, that will be stored into the another variable. Whatever the value come in, stored into the variable, and then you can do the subscription like that. But this is a little bit. Length is for the counting purpose. Count. You are counting how many items are present in A. 1, 2, 3. So the range is starting with the 0 to 3. Don't think arithmetic formulas are programmed here. Yeah, this is a little bit arithmetic formulas, but it works, no problem. Let's start the session now. Yeah. So now it should work as Python is not working. No, no. Everything it works in the Python. Don't worry. Everything is. Python is very strong. Okay. So yesterday we have seen a class, right? So class, and I would like to go with some basic stuffs with the functions. Is how I entered here, and will end up with the class initialization. Okay. So the function, when we define a function, see, when we define a function, I'll just go to the downside here. See, when we define function, we know that a simple work that we have that if and person, and we have done that much print and hey. Okay, this is simple we have done. and calling that person. That's it. Only we have done. But when we define the class, class has a functions and methods. See what I'm saying? When we define outside of the class something, that is a function. But same this function we are going to define into a class, that is a become a method. So how it will be method? Right? Yesterday some of you got stuck in between, that means what is going on here. But I would like to tell you, if suppose if I'm defining a class and this is my function, and I will do another one thing, def, and you have seen suppose study, and you have seen like this one self, right? And print hello study. Now check out. Now check out. It won't work in the outside of the function, outside of the class. This is a class we are defining here, persons. This is a person's class. If I'm defining this function into here, then it is become a method, right? Uh, Preeti ma'am, once we cover know that time, end of the session, definitely I will check that. Definitely. Okay. So we'll cover up this one first. DEF study self print hello. Now it is not working. So whenever you want to work with the function in the class, then you have to use a self method, self keyword you can say. Okay. So whenever now, if I'm going to use a person class, that time what I'm going to do, I'll do simple stuff like a def and details. Details. This is my method now. You can define function, but when you are defining this function into class, that is a become a method. So now if you are defining a method in class, then you have to pass the self keyword. Why? Without self or without any, suppose yesterday I have said you can pass the self or a or b, but that is a part of your what functions. That is a part of your functions. Now I am not saying this is a function. This is become a method when I am passing into a class. Okay. So yes. So now this is a completely from the beginning I'm teaching you, so concentrate please everyone. See, this is a function, this is also a function. When I use this function into a class, then that is become a method. So always when I'm saying the def details is my method, then always think about that this method, this function is in where class. So now whatever the variables I'm defining here, whatever the suppose variable values I am going to give here. Now let's check out self dot name equals to input. Simply I'm giving you a simple term, enter the value, sorry, name, simple. Okay. So because of you have to initialize some variables here, so I'm going to use here def details. Now I'm assigning another one, def age. Age is nothing but your int, and you are passing into input. Simply that we have done age. Okay, this is my name and this is age. Now discuss about the major point. We have just initialized. We can take the values from the user the way this is like, and this is my method. And suppose I want to show these values. I want to get an output. So how do I do? Self. See now, self. That's it only. Why? Because you are fetching these values, and that is a part of your class. Because whatever the contents is going on, whatever the code is going on into the class, person's class, not in outside of the class. So check out the indentation, check out the concept here. What is the indentation of classes? And then see one thing. When I go for the print, then I have to show uh, my name is colon, comma. This is self, because you are fetching from the self. See, self dot name, self dot name. Now print my age is self dot age. So now the question always rises, what is the exactly meaning? See, this is my class. Why class to? So question is rising here, why we have to show a class? Why we have to use a class? Because you can use here multiple functions in a single class, single umbrella. You can here also in yesterday's session also we have defined the multiple functions, but the communication purpose that time you can use individually, right? But this all the functions, whatever the functions I am defining into the class, that is a part of your person, right? That is a part of person. So when you fetch a person, this person gives to right to access a function. This is nothing but your object oriented programming. Whatever the content that we have done in the past work, that is a base point of this whole journey. But whatever the things that you are seeing in the on the screen, this is a part of your object oriented programming. Why? Because you, if you want to fetch some methods from the function, then methods from the class, then you have to create object of a class. So yesterday I have given one example about a blueprint, right? One design. So before you construct any home, you can create, you already spend a time on the design. Once you complete a design, then you can go further. You are going to do a building or any construction. But before we go for the construction, the blueprint is important, and that blueprint is nothing but your class. That blueprint is nothing but what? Class person. And that person has an multiple functions. If you are defining outside of the class that function, that is a function. But if you are defining that function into the class, that is become a function, become a method. So you are defining into the class, no, that is become a method. So just imagine method has an self keyword, function does not have a self. Are you getting my point, everyone? Method has self keyword because you have to define into a class, and function does not have a self keyword because that is are using, that we are using outside of the function. You can see both are same, but when you see this function not executing in the output outside of the function, outside of the class here. Why? Because this is an outside. We haven't decided or haven't defined into a person this class. So once I define, then it will work. But I want to fetch this details and show. So how can I do? How can I do? Suppose if I'm passing one variable, so till now you can define like a variable ab is equals to 10. But when when you define a person here, persons here, and make a function, means make up brackets, then it become a object. So who is object of this class? AB. So you can create a multiple objects as well, because you have created one blueprint, you have created one design. Now you can construct a multiple many numbers of buildings. Why? Because your blueprint is ready. So suppose if I pass like this one, see, AB, okay, dot details and function AB dot details. Why AB dot details? Because you are calling that details through AB. AB is a part of persons. AB is a object of persons. And now if I want to AB dot show, check out, when I execute this one, see, a Abhay and 20. Just imagine what happened here. The person giving a right to that AB, you can fetch anything from my area and construct the building. And if suppose if I executing, then check out what is going on. First he executes the details here, enter the name, enter the age, he calls here, initialize the name and age, and then he goes into where show. Why? Because ab dot show we have assigned. But you guys are thinking about, suppose what happened when if I'm not using here show, what will happen? See, once again I'm passing Puja, and I'll pass here 21. Check out, only initialization, only that data is stored, but that show function, show method will not execute, is not executed. Why? Because we never called them, right? Can I use AB is a part of syntax? Can I use other variables? Yes, yes. See now see. The question is nice, but what I want to show, AB dot suppose show is done, right? But what I'm going to do, BC is equals to person. Another variable, another object we have created. But AB also a part of persons, BC also a part of person. Even I can pass the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, anything. Multiple hundreds of objects you can create. But blueprint is ready, no? As I said already, you can construct multiple buildings. But before that constructing a building, you create your blueprint. So this is your blueprint. This is kind of your structure. The structure's work is take a name and age. That's it. Take a name and age and show it. You know, the way, are you getting my point what I'm trying to say here? Yeah, see here. One simple example I'm taking. The way we assign one thing, the way we assign like a is equals to suppose 10. So you know that a is equals to 10 is nothing but integer, because that a is a variable, you are storing that 10 into the a, right? And whenever I print a, then definitely he will show the answer like a print a, then that is an 10. You know that the behavior of a is, you know that that is an integer. So similar kind of data type, this is an integer data type, no? So similar kind of data type we are creating this one. Just imagine you are creating your customized data type, and that data type is nothing but your persons. So this is a data type, suppose, means this is integer data type. If you pass b is equals to suppose 2.2, then it automatically becomes the floating value. But this 2.2 or float, or suppose if you discuss about integer, that is in built-in functions, that is in part of your programming language. But if you want to if you want to do a customized data types, you can create your own data types, like persons is a my part, persons is my one kind of program. Okay, suppose you can create a multiple registration page, uh, registration page, login page code you can create yourself, and that works individually. The way this structure is working individually, a is equals to 10, that is part of become a integer, 2.2 it is become a float, a similar kind of that. Class person has a right to get a data name and age and show them through the show function. So now question always rises here, major discussion about, if suppose if I go through the one more example, and I will go then I will move towards the this person. Okay, just a minute, just a second. Right, sorry, actually I got stuck. Now I will go another one example and you will get that. I will go another one example. Suppose I want to use class rack mac. Okay, I will use a mac boolean. And now def set get, just I am giving just names. Okay, set get and self. See what I'm doing here, self comma x comma y. Okay, self comma x comma y. So now the x and y is, you are fetching, you are not giving direct values, you should give through the user. Self dot name, see, self dot name what x, self dot I'll take age y. So whatever the value will come, no, x and y, that will be initialized to the name and age. Okay, take set get, then I want to show set show, set show. Now check out what is going on. If suppose if I'm not using a self keyword here, and directly I will go for the print function and pass it down there, this is name, print, this is age. Okay, and now what will happen, age x is equals to, is it possible, is it true that we have to give through the user? Why? Because x and y is your arguments, now you are passing, okay, function arguments. So x is equals to what, input into that, enter the name, right, enter the name, and y equals to input, enter the age, but this is become a integer, no, so that I'm passing here. Okay, I think your voice is, someone's voice is still on, please mute it. Now
இந்த ரெட் கலர்
Who's that? Who's that?
சீட் வந்து பிளாக் தான் இல்ல மீன் டேங்க் கவர் வேணுமா டேங்க் கவர் வந்து பிளாக்ல
Paper. Wait. I'll mute. Yeah, done. Just make it. Check out age int 8. Now see, you are having this function, these two functions, two methods, self, but I haven't passed here self, and directly you know that you have to create your object first, and for this object I am creating mk. So just simple, mk is equals to what? Mac. And then mk is equals to Mac. Then first we got in that object mk dot set get. So set get wants x1 x and y, no, so that I'm passing here which one? X and y, right? Similar kind of function that we have done. When function wants something from the user, definitely you can take the values and pass it down through the function. But here we are using the class, so class has his own object mk. So if you want to fetch a set get or set show, then definitely class gives you mk. So mk gives to you right to access all these things. Okay, so mk dot show. See, I haven't passed any kind of their self, right? Now I'm going to execute. What is going on here? Check out the Mac object. What they are showing, Mac object has no attribute of show. Set show. Okay, so set show takes 0 potential arguments, but one was given. One was given means you have to pass. You are defining. See what I'm saying? You are defining this function into the class. That is why that isn't become a method, and method always gets a self keyword. Why he is not showing? Actually the print is self dot Sagar and 12. Now wait, I will just do one thing. Where is that set show? The question I got that print function has no variable like x. Print function, yeah, actually here x and y, whatever the value we are taking, no, that isn't part of now name and age, no, initialization. So we we used to with that when we define a function, simple function, and I'll do one add function, and you can do like this one. Suppose r and k is there, okay, colon, and print, or you can say like print. You are like you are like to do like this one, plus k. So now when you call this add function, you have to what? You have to do what? 2 comma 4. So 2 comma 4 is a part of this one, no? 2 and 4, then 2 plus k. So when I execute this one, definitely you will get a 6. By functionally you have created this one, but now this function is become a part of this class, then that isn't become a method now, right? So see, yeah, see, this kind of programming we have to do. This is a part of our curriculum, right? Sometimes definitely you will get stuck in between that somewhere, but always whenever you want to print something into the function, because that function is a part of our class, then that will become a method, and that method, if you want to show something, self dot name is compulsory. Why? Because self give us a right to fetch other functions, right? Because this is a part of this one, this is a part of this one. Got it? So always it's always sometimes getting stuck between that, because sometimes you will get a problem, but we are there, no? So we are there to clear or solve our problems. But completely, you saying that this isn't completely out of the box? No, that is not an out of the box. This is your object oriented programming language. Sometimes this is definitely get a some non-cleared stuffs. Now you have to concentrate one more time, okay? And what I'm trying to tell you, just concentrate on the screen. The Mac is our class, and class is collection of methods and objects. See what I'm saying? Class is a collection of methods and objects, right? So class is a collection of methods and objects. So you know that if this is a collection of methods and object, then there we can create that much number of methods, that much number of objects. So the way I say, you can define multiple functions, you can define a single function as well. You can define, you can create a multiple objects and access the same function, access the same class. See, this is a complete plan we have done, right? First thing. And this function, sorry, this class has a work, only give you a name and age, that's it. Self is compulsory, you have to pass there. See, if you want use self, it's not necessary, but you have to use some other variable name to support. See, because if suppose if you are using a b c d something here, a b c d something here, already you are used to with that a b c d, so better you try to go with the self, no, always. See, it works with the a, not in part, because when you pass a, removing the self, then that is also works, not an issue. But the point is that sometimes you are using the a is equals to self, a as a variable as well. You cannot use the self as a variable, but a as a variable you can use. So better getting confusion between that, you can use what? See, it works here. It works with the a also works, but you are using a b c d something as a variable. So why to use this variable a as a self keyword? So better directly pass self and use it. Now got the point why to use self? If you are using self, then definitely it will be useful for the multiple methods as well. So now I'm going to do one more thing. One more thing. See, you have assigned x and y. You know that you can create a multiple variables as well. You can create a multiple objects as well. Even you can create a multiple methods. Now I'm going to create some extra methods and multiple what objects as well. Also I will do for loop. So definitely you will get it there. Let's check out what we'll do. Once again, class, okay, class, and I will take here class school Ulan, okay, class school Ulan, def, and now def I'm going to use here gets, okay, function. And first thing what I want, a names or marks you can pass, so I will pass here self first, and gets the name, number, and name, number, and what you want, name, number, and city, colon, and you know that self dot name is equals to, now this is an become a part of what, now this is a become a part of you are passing the arguments function with the arguments like that, so you have to use this name, sorry, self dot, you can use the same as well, it doesn't matter you are using a different, means the way we are passing here x and y, you can use here name age also, it doesn't matter, okay. Self dot city is equals to, what I have to pass here, city, okay. Now with that I'm passing the ef, and I'll pass here shows same self, and I'll put it down here colon. But now so I'm sir, I don't know actually what happened, but the team will check, no problem. Okay, so def shows self. Now what I'm going to do, uh, the print, and I'll pass directly self dot what, name, print. I will not pass any kind of string here, so I'm just passing directly name dot number, and print city. Okay, now check out a def, another one I'm taking, and here I'm taking gets, shows, and marks, okay, marks into that self, okay, self, but I'll pass here n. Why to pass n there, I'm taking here for loop for x in range n, right. So now check out what will happen. Please, so I'm just giving random string here, please show marks like that, and first I will execute this, and then we move some changes with it. So first I will create a school object. So s is my object is equals to, you can pass anything as object, okay. S is equals to SCSOOL school into the bracket, check out there what will happen. S. So we have to get the names, no? So check out. Name, number. Yeah, I'll pass the numbers as well. Sorry. Enter the city. S dot. What I have to pass? Gets. So in that I have to pass name, number, and city. S dot show, and S dot. What I have to call? What I have to call? Marks. In that marks, I'll pass here n. So when I pass these 4 items, then marks will show. The name and number will also be working. Okay. Print self city. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you so much for this. Self city. Now check out the name. Okay. Number and city. Suppose I'm passing Pune. Now count is I will pass it 2. Check out. Abhay 99 Pune, because of this one. Okay, because of this one we got, and then we enter into the please show mark, please show mark. Why he is showing 2 times? Because we have passed the count of loop isn't 2, so that is why this hits 2 times. Now tell me, is it, are you getting this point till now? Till now, because I want to go by step, so better, that is why I'm just asking to you all. Got. Okay, great. So now we'll go one more step forward. I'll take this function. Okay, can I copy this one? Yes, I'll paste it down. I'm taking another one example here, and now check out what will happen. I want to execute this whole journey 2 times. See what I'm saying? This is the function, this is the whole journey. Execute, it should be executed 2 times. So that what I have to do, you have to pass for loop, no? Is it correct? So if you want to execute this much condition 2 times, because once I hit, see what I'm doing, once I hit, that definitely he will hit this show, but show function, marks function, and get. But what I want, when I execute, I want to execute 2 times. So what the stage here I'll do, for x1, suppose x1 in range 2 times colon. Check out. I inserted this whole journey into this for loop. I'm not doing any random things. I'm just copied and pasted in between the for loop. Now, when I hit this, check out what will happen. This is name Maxi, and number is 999, and city is S. Okay. Now count. Which is the count? That is a marks count. Okay, check out. Please show marks. And here I'm passing Poonam, and Poonam, then number is 0909. Okay, and then city is in Delhi. Check out. This is I want 5 times. This is 5 times, and this is a 2 times. Why? Because we have added 2 times. Are you getting this point? How it works? Yeah. Now don't get confused about how the this class works. You can use that class. It's similar kind of function. It's similar kind of function. The way you are communicating with the function, no, the two or three functions you can create, and one function you are going to call in another function. Similar kind of that. But here you are creating a school class. So school is creating his own departments. Suppose engineering departments are there, no, IT department function, uh, mechanical, civil department function, or electrical electronics department function. So you can create yourself the four to five functions and define and fetch by the college name. So class is your college name. So now I'm passing some interesting facts. I'm giving you some interesting facts. Let's check out. If I create here, wait, I'll copy. If I create here multiple objects, I'm asking to you all question. If I'm creating multiple objects, it's it is good for execution. Is it possible if I'm passing multiple objects here? Suppose if I'm create a s1 is equals to, what do you think? He gives the right to access anything from the class, because school is our class, and s1 is in my object. So as already I have said, you can create a multiple objects. So if you create a hundreds of objects, then also this school gives to right to access all these things. Maybe you got the point. And see now what I'm going to do. S1 is equals to school, no? But what happened here? S1 only want, see, I'm defining into the for loop only. So don't get confused about that. Why you are defining, making us so much space in between. No, actually I'm not doing like that. That is in between the for loop only. This object, this s object want gets shows and marks function, but this s1 is equals to school want what? S1 dot marks. He want only marks. That's it. He want only marks. So you can pass here and remove from this one, suppose, or else you can pass here only, not an issue. But his behavior isn't different. His behavior isn't different because this object is an S and this object is an S1. And let's check out if it is work or not, right? Let's check out. I'm not assigning gets and shows here. I'm just fetching only marks. So both ways. Now this one will also execute and this one will also execute. Check out what will happen. Name. Okay, and count is suppose I'll put 2 count. So this one, because of this one execute 2 times, no? Check out. Why he shows please show marks 4 times instead of passing we have 2? Can anyone? Yeah, range is 2, but he printed 4, no? Why? Yes, exactly. Exactly. See, what happens here? These twos are from S and these twos are from S1. Got the point, everyone? Two objects are there, no? Because of assigning 2 objects, he only this S1 fetched only whose only marks column, means only marks method, this one. So others are working simultaneously. If suppose if I gives you Rahul and suppose city is in Chennai, okay, Chennai, and now check the count. If I pass the 5, the 5 will goes S dot marks 5 and S1 dot, sorry, S1 dot marks 5. This object is a different, this object is a difference. Then definitely he will print 10 times. Yes, ma'am. Correct. So yeah, different instance. Exactly. But S and S1 are different. Yes, it's different instance, but we are passing through the different, S dot marks. See, as I said, you have created your own blueprint. It's up to you. See, it's up to you which function you want. You have created different. S is equals to school, S1 is equals to school. The S and S1 is a part of schools. Danny sir, are you getting? Sir, see, as I said, you can create a multiple object, no? So I have created 2 objects, S and S2, S and S1. So this S wants some, sorry, all the functions, and this S1 wants only marks. It depends upon object that which data he want. If I remove this one, then only he works. It doesn't matter. Check out. See, now I'm passing here 2. So 2 only. S dot marks we don't have. Only we have S1 dot marks. So he will show 2 times only. Check out. Are you getting my point? I have not given. I have not given S is equals to. No need to do that. S is equals to S1. You are making like a S is equals to S1. S1 is your objects. Why is there sharing a value of S to S1 where we have done S to S1? Not I have done any kind of things. You can create a multiple objects, no, as already I have said. Basically, one instance should not share any value. No, actually, this class is able to share anything, but he should give to write only for objects. So we can create a multiple objects of this school. So if suppose I can create a 10 objects and 10 peoples are using school, Blueprint is simple. No, you haven't created any building here. Only blueprint is there. So blueprint, copy paste everyone, anywhere, anything. It's up to you. Where do you want to deploy that? Yeah, we can create our list as well. It's not like that once you define, you cannot use this tool. It's kind of. Now, I know many questions are there, many. But as a data scientist, isn't we get a data, process it, will be the creating list with yes, will print 4 times. Yeah, if you are passing with the 2 objects, see, if I created here 3 objects as well, s2 dot, sorry, not in dot, s2 and s double ol and see, and s2 dot, what I have to ask, marks. Here also I am passing n. Why? Because marks getting argument, no? N. So n, and this is also a s dot marks, also a n. Now tell me, everyone, I am asking to you all. Yes, I will check the code as well. Don't worry. I'm asking to you all. What happened? Not executed. Just a minute. One instance should not share value until it defined an static variable or function. No. Actually, not like that. See, you're getting confusion here. Wait, first I'll check what happened with my Jupyter notebook. I'll do restart here. We can solve every problem, don't worry. Name. Count. Now tell me, if I pass 3 here, how many please show marks this print function will print? Exactly 3 times. Exactly. Why? How many objects are there and how many marks will be there? 3. And then definitely, if I execute this one, check out. 1, 2, and 3. This one, 3 objects, 3 times. Exactly. So now you got the point, everyone. Right? I'm now very happy for this one. If you have any question now, please tell me. But now the major point I am going to discuss now. So definitely you all, definitely now you guys are going to scold on me. Why? Because one point I'm going to show you. Okay. Now I'm adding one more thing into your study. Wait. Instead of displaying, please show marks if I want to add total subjects of. Yeah, you can take a here variable names. No, are you getting? Priti ma'am, you can pass here a variable names and take the values from the user and print it. Easy. But till now, we'll go for the some major point and then we'll go for the your problem solutions. Okay. Danny sir says only static variable shares the value between the instance. It do not need object reference. Sir, definitely I will go through that. If you are because the way I'm representing, no, it works properly, and this is the way it works actually. But Danny sir, if there isn't some kind of conceptually wrong, then definitely I will go through that. I dedicatedly I can see that, no problem. Sure, sir. Value between the instance and it do not need object reference. Maybe. Preeti ma'am, but can we use self dot marks? Self dot marks, why we can use? Self is an keyword and marks is in your function. So how can I use that? What the point? We cannot use. How do we relate then? How means marks is your function, no? You need not to do relate. Relate is nothing but if your self is an your wait I will do. If suppose your marks is a variable, no, then you can pass the self, not an issue. Variable, yes, you are. If you are taking variable, then I thought this one you are taking as a marks. Don't worry, I'll go through that. Oh, sorry, actually I have to pass here number and I have passed SS. But now one thing I would like to discuss, that is I'll take same example. Okay, I'll take same example and better. I'll remove this one. Two objects I am removing here. I am working with the S. Now, function initialization. What I'm saying, function initialization. Initialization, I think spelling is correct maybe, but it's okay. Initialization. The function initialization. So you guys are thinking about what it is. See, if you define a like this function in it, I will tell you what it is. Don't worry. Underscore, two underscores are there. See, two underscores are there. Okay, here also a two underscores are there. Underscore in it. Sorry, in it. Underscore in it. Same code, same everything. Everything is the same. Now, I don't want to call this. Which function we have seen there? Which function we have seen there? Gets function, no? Here we have assigned previously gets function, and here also we call that gets function. Now I will remove this function gets. S is equals to school only, and S dot shows and S dot marks is compulsory. You are passing this shows we call, marks we call, but we haven't called this function. I removed that function gets function, means name I removed and pass it down there. Init function. Init function is a constructor. Init function works like a constructor. Okay, so it is initially part of this your class. So when I execute this one, check out, he calls that. You guys got the question? He calls automatically, he calls that function. It doesn't require any kind of initialization or any kind of calling concept here, like a S dot. You need not to pass S dot gets like that. Need not to pass. You just remove that. When you created the object itself call that initialization function. No need to pass any kind of s dot gets or any name here. Please tell me if you are getting or not. Okay, some people are saying no, some people are saying yes. Okay, once again I'm telling you once again. See, when I defined a class and def underscore underscore init def underscore this is an compulsory means it's not unnecessary to pass, always there be the initialization means in it you can define like this as well, this one as we have defined gets. But what I'm doing here, when I use initialization, need not to call this function, only create an object, automatically it gets that initialization function whatever it may be. So when if I pass ABHAY and number and city, then check out what will happen. 9 times, I don't want 9 times, 2 times. Required 3 photos, name, number, city. What happens? Okay, we gotten some issue here. It is an keyword, sir, that is given by the Python itself. You have to pass here variable names, name, number, comma, city. So this function itself gets that whole data and pass it through the initialization function. Check out Abhay, 11 and Pune, and this is in 2 times. Please show marks 2 times. And because of this we have passed range 2, then definitely will pass Rahul. This is at 3 times, this one till here 3 times, and this one will work 2 times. This method is not have gates. Yes, this time we haven't passed here any gates, and even we haven't accessed the initialization function, only created the object, passing all the variables that you want, and he automatically calls that initialization function. Now you got the point. Short example. Okay, I will take a short example, one short example as well. In class, how many times we can use only one time, you can create, only one time you can initialize the values. See this, when you get this class operation, no, the how the class is working and all. If you put a 2 to 3 days of gap in between the exercise, then definitely you forget all the properties of class. What I'm saying, if you are not using, if you haven't done any kind of exercise with the class or functions, then definitely within a 3 to 4 days you will forget everything. No. That is why you haven't you. That is why I have given the answer, Kiran sir. You cannot use multiple initialization functions. The class has a single initialization function. Got it? Please show with and without init. Yes. I'll make some simple uh, function so you can get class computer Okay, def and gets self comma name comma number, and self I'm doing initialization name is equals to name self dot number is equals to number. When I use initialization, it not sharing the values. Actually, if you want to get automatically detection, automatically you want to initialize the data, then definitely he will show the answer. Definitely, but where do you have used? I don't actually. Multiple class, then multiple init functions. Yeah, if you are defining multiple class, then definitely you can multiple functions, init functions. Yeah, we can use init for every function. No, def sets. I'll check definitely sets and where it is. Number, sorry, name. Okay, so this is now I will create one object. Okay, I'm just giving a obj, obj and equals to computer, and that's it. But why, if I just called obj, just check out what will happen. Obj dot gets, and that's it. I haven't passed anything there, right? Obj dot gets and obj dot sets. So what is the problem in this program? What we have a problem in this program? Dennis sir, just give me this point. Once I explain this one, definitely I will go for the examples. No passing data. Yes, we haven't passed any kind of data here. No input exactly. So what I have to do, I'll take two inputs. See, simple example I'm taking. Okay, so I'll take n, no, name, no, name and what, number, no. I'll take directly name and number. Input name, number is equals to int input number. Check out. I have to pass here. See, I'm not passing any kind of name and number into computer. I'm passing into gets, because gets has an requirement of arguments, so that is a name and number. Okay, so don't get confused about it. Why I'm passing into the gets number. See, when I hit execution, this object means this object will take a data, take a call from gets and sets. First, he will get a call from gets, and take the name and number from this one and goes here. Then he will initialize the values. Once he initialize the values to the name and number, then object dot sets will hit. Object once again set will take the sets, go to the particular address and show the this one name and number. And we are getting error because I have passed wrong input. This is, are you getting my point now? Now we go for the n is capital where no actually what I have done, I have passed a string there, that is why I got error. Now I'm going to convert this into where? Convert this is into where? Into initialization. Just copy and pasting here and doing init. Check out in it. So if I am passing init here, then you need not to use this comment, but you have to give the data, take the data, and how can you pass to the name and number means particular function. If I execute this one and passing the values 99, then where did I pass? Because init function missing two required potential argument name and number. He is asking for that. To give the data that particular initialization function, you have to pass here. Now what the point? Are you getting my point now? Do not get a confusion in your mind, because if you are having still doubt, please after this session when you see the again this video, you will get easily, because every time I made some statements with the functions. Okay, and I will take, not only for this one. See, if you go with the working with the sets, you can pass here for loops as well. You can pass conditional statements as well. We haven't passed any kind of conditional statement here, if else condition here or list here, but you can use easily. You can define lists, you can define functions, multiple functions, right? But your exercise is important. Init function is not required to call extra function like that. Yeah, you need not to call your class itself calls that function automatically. Need not to go for the initialization defining. Declaration or defining is done, but declaration you cannot, need not to go. Now the question I have to take. Danny sir, your example is completed. Can I take this or have to skip? Abhay, I solved my issue with the array subtraction. Can you share me, sir? Francis, sir. This is the code. Okay. This much is okay. So what you have done? First, I will execute, and then we will. What you have done? What you have done? You have defined the function and one variable is there, and you have taken one this is array, right? And n is equals to len array. So print n, and for loop 1 comma n is nothing but you are this one, and this you have taken the count of, means how many items are present into that particular array. This is a count, and this count is present into n, and you have printed this n and passing into the n. So means if it is starting with the 1, then he will end up with the ones only, right? Difference is equals to difference minus a of I. So this is difference means nothing but you are taken one variable, no, means it's kind of list is equals to list kind of that. Okay, so it's become a list. So you are taking like this one. So list minus list I. So whatever the value will come, no, that will be removed by this one, and that will be stored into the difference. So return difference. You have done correct here. And array is equals to blank array you have taken, and b is equals to input, specify the number of values arithmetic operation. Okay, you have stored into the b, and till the b you will get, means suppose if I'm passing 5 or 6, then definitely you will get here. That will be stored in your element is equals to int input. You are taking elements, adding into elements into array, means this array. Okay, and printed array. So once you printed, you call that sub numbers. Yes, once you print it, once you get that data, you call that sub numbers, right? And this data will be stored into the ans. Why? Because return function gives you difference, no? That is why you are storing that into the ans and printed by ans. Got it? Got it. So I'll do specify the number of values arithmetic operation. I will take a 3. So first I will pass here 4, 5 and 6. Yeah, yes, just setting the value exactly. Yes, you got this easily. You have done nice work here. Print was only for debugging. Yes, it's okay. Even I shared this code. Where it is? Can you share here? Could you please? Please. You can pass here because chat is full now completely. If you pass here, okay. I think I have executed this code. Think so. Oh, short, very short. What you have done? You have taken one 4, 5, 6. Okay, and b is equals to a of 0. A of 0 means this 4 will come here into b, right? So I'm not in all bouncers. It's kind of some trickiest things, but when you go into that, definitely it's easy to looks like. For x in range, okay, and 1 to len a. Len a is okay. Length of a is nothing but this 3. Okay, so one, it will start with the 1, end up with the 3, and then whatever the value first will go here. See, x will be the 1, no? So b is equals to b minus 1. So b is equals to b minus 1 is nothing but b is nothing but a of 0, that is in 4. 4 minus a of x. So what is the value of x? 1, no? 4 minus 4 minus 1, 4. So similar kind of looping structure will goes on. A of 1, a of 2, a of 3 till the 3, and definitely it works. Easiest work you have done. I think this is also a correct, and this is also a correct. You both have done work. Really nice work. Yeah, you are working with the function, and this is great. Will you please give us a simple example for the multiple classes? Actually, multiple classes, where it is? Which function, which question? Actually, ma'am, see, simple example, the class computer we have taken, right? As I said previously also, if I do multiple classes itself here, if I copy this school into here also, this class computer, this class tool, and if I execute, but your whole variables also should be different, no? Because this function, these both classes are working into single compiler, right? And if I pass, individually they are asking for their own data. Suppose if I call executing this one, the first will execute this class computer, and then he will go for the school computer, school class. You cannot call multiple, see what I'm saying? You cannot call multiple class into a class. Are you getting? You can call that functions into the functions, but you cannot call a class into a class. Now you got the point? Actually, what happens here? I would like to give one thing here to all. See, I'm sharing one thing. Spell is correct. Exercise. Okay, no worry. Define a class of school and create three functions. If there are difference between the, we should import the class and then work with the functions. Yeah, you can actually, not an issue. Define a class of school and create a three functions. Three functions for the first one for details of students. Second function is for details of school. Okay, details of marks. And third one, details of what? School. Okay. See what I'm giving you assignment, a little bit simple assignment. You have to create a one school class, define a three functions, and that three functions having a details of student function, details of marks function, and details of school function. So you can take any number of variables. It depends upon you. But now here I'm giving you one more adding point here. You have to take in this class, you have to take minimum 3 students. Got the point? Minimum you have to take 3 students. And so how can you take with the 3 student everything? Not only 3 students, 3 students marks, 3 students school, right? And you have to means 5 subjects. Subjects, 5 subjects. Okay. Then show into marks card. This is on my fourth function. I'm just giving you a problem statements, and it depends upon you how can you manage this. See, you can work till this one also. You can take this one also. You can take this one, or this is a 3 problem statement. See, the first, this is second, and this is third. So it depends upon you. So means what range you can select, means you can go with the simple manner, define the 3 classes, define the single class, and with the 3 functions defining. Details of school is nothing but your school name, school address, and school number. You can take simple manner. Marks is nothing but 5 marks, and details of student is nothing but name, number. And the first problem statement is that in this class you have to take Are you getting my point? And second, you have to take 5 subjects, and fourth one, you have to take master. Have you got the point? Is it possible from you, this problem statement? Okay. So now I'm just giving you recap of our sessions, today's session, and then we wrap up the session. Okay. Recapping, I'm just recapping. Just concentrate on screen, everyone, please. See, we started with the function, simple function, and last session also we have started with the function. But the today's point is that function and method, the difference between function and method. If you are defining a function outside of the class, that is a function. But if you are defining function inside of the class, that is become a method. And methods having self keyword, functions does not having a self keyword. Okay, so similar kind of we have done a simple person function and simple person class, and here we have assigned a details and show. Here every part, every function has their self keyword. Initializing the variables, you are passing this one. You are passing variables. If you want argument based values from the user, then definitely you can pass the arguments and take the value from the user. But if you want to assign directly, you can assign directly as well. Here also, the question always rises that how can we create a multiple objects? This one, you can create a multiple objects. Once you define the blueprint, once you define the code, you can create a multiple copies of same person, same blueprint, and fetch how many you want. You want to fetch only details, you can. If you want to fetch show function, you can. It doesn't matter. When we entered into the multiple functions, then also there we have to use a random manner, means it doesn't, there isn't rocket science in between the functions. Function works similar kind of, but when he enters into the class, definitely he is a part of that class. And if it is a part of that class, self keyword is there. Self keyword always be there to understand, to support every functions. Why? Because these are the become a part of method, means these are the become of methods. Now as we move forward, similar kind of structure we have seen here. We can define for loops, we can define if else condition as well here. There is nothing in between. The biggest thing here, I know the day we have moving forward, definitely there we have questions, some critical stuffs. But I want to tell you all, please put a daily now 30 to 1 hour in programming. Just imagine if you are putting a 1 hour daily, then your development skills, your programming skill will definitely increase. If you put a 1 month or 1 week or 3 to 4 days of gap in between the programming, then definitely you will forget major points. Definitely you will forget the major ones. So better, if you want to be a good skilled developer, then put a time on the programming. Are you getting my point, everyone? So I think today we are ended up our major points, and when we come up with the next session, definitely we'll go for the NumPy and Pandas. So till then, please start the exercise on the Python. If you have any question, put it down into mail. Okay. Python officially, Python is over. If you have any question, definitely in the next session also I will be there and I can solve your problems. Yes. Next session also, if you're having problem with the Python, definitely you can ask. That time also I can solve the problem, not an issue. But now this is over, but you can go for that. Thank you so much. This is in phase one. I think everyone got the point. You understand everything, right? Let me know how you means you got the everything related with the Python. You understand? Thank you. No data visual. This is in part one. This is in phase one. Still, we have to go a lot of things. But sir, in that PDF, lot of things. Actually, you just go on that Coursera website. Actually, we have covered a lot of things. We'll go. You can go through the website as well. No problem. But definitely, if there is a next day we
Hello?
go, then definitely we go for the new one.
Abhay,
And
can you hear me?
yes,
Abhay, can you please check the code? I'm not able to get the some marks
which
added
code?
up. I've sent you the code
Wait, where?
just now. Okay, I'll copy
Where
it
in
again.
the please put it into the chat once.
I did. And also with the init, when I use init also, I'm getting an error. First, we'll solve this, then we could go with the init function.
Copy. This one.
Yes.
Name, age, and city you have taken. So two times
I'm
you have.
trying to get the total marks of that student profile.
So where we are having a total marks here. I think total marks, then print self dot marks. Okay, we have taken this marks, that's why. What happened?
You might have to refresh the kernel.
Yeah. Marks is not defined. Marks is not defined. Where he found this marks? Okay, marks. Result you have passed. Result marks is not. You have taken this one.
Do we have to pass it there?
Yeah. Let's check out.
But for the self, for the show, we did not pass anything, right?
Yeah, actually that is the point. Let's check out what it is. Marks is not defined where set gets or gets set. N is there, no? So n gives you right to go enter here and enter the count. But marks. Where did you pass the marks? Enter the count here. Your count will goes here. And enter the marks into that. First, I will do one thing. Okay, I think whatever the marks will come, no, that will be appended into where mk. Okay, and mk will be make a sum and mks will be there. Means for the summing purpose. Sum is my function and this is my list. Okay. Yes, Rohan, definitely will share you. I'm just thinking about abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism.
Yeah.
This is an object oriented knowledge. What I'm actually what is going on here, sir? Now the point is discussing about marks and will be there. Okay, now check out.
Int cannot be appended, no, Abhay.
Where this one, no?
Yeah, marks
No,
is
it
the
doesn't.
int. So
Mhm.
int we cannot append. We have to add.
No, maybe it works. Marks he's giving the problem, but it works. Because see
Append.
here, if I take for x in range 2, sorry, and ab dot append, suppose s is there and s is equals to input and enter. value. Okay, and then print AB. AB is equals to
0. Oh, not in
yeah,
the
we
list.
can.
We not declared as list, right?
Mm,
List it
yeah.
happens, but marks the summation right here.
Wait, what is going on? Okay, 2 we have passed. No, 2 times your yeah, this will be printed. Now what
This
I'm
is a
going to do?
list.
ABC, yeah, is equals to sum. So sum, and I'll pass here AB. Okay, print my total values. I'll pass here ABC, what it is, ABC and ABC. So here I'm passing 90 and 90. Check out, this one will work, but
But
actually
without
why it is,
creating list also it should work. No, when I add it up to values.
so
Why
you
do we
have to
have to
store it
create
into
a
the
list?
variables.
Yeah.
You
So
have to
that is
store it
what
into
we are
variables
doing, no?
because this one also works, but why this is not working? This is not working. Marks is correct. Here, marks is correct. Self is correct. Self, comma. Okay. I will go through that, ma'am, because I will put a time little bit on it.
Sure.
Right.
Even init is also not working for me actually.
This one in it. Because of
Yeah.
this marks, I think
No,
giving
no,
a
not because of that. It is showing me a different error. Can you check this, please? It says school is not school takes no arguments. The other query I've sent you.
school. Okay. Wait. In it, you have passed a single underscore. Check
Where
out
is that?
once.
Sorry.
You have passed a single underscore.
So how do we have to do? Can you show me an example in yours?
Underscore, multiple underscores. Means
After def
underscore.
or after definition
This
or
one.
oh, okay.
This one.
Double underscores.
Like this. Double underscore.
Okay.
That is why he haven't get maybe.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. I will check that one. Definitely, I will go through that. And
Hi,
what
Abhay.
is the question? Hello.
Yeah, hi, Abhay.
So I don't know who is talking actually now.
I'm Shubham. Yeah, I've sent it.
Which
I
one?
mean, code in the chat, but it is showing an error. Can you please look at it?
Where it is? Where it is? Where it is? Showing.
In everyone.
Class
Yeah,
computer.
yeah, last one.
Self number and name number, self, name number, everything is correct. You are taking this one integer. OB is your object and you are passing through the init. Okay, in C here you are passing same number. This one. Is it
Okay,
only
okay.
mistake this
So
one?
it was a small mistake. Okay,
Got it?
sure. Thank you.
Okay. Hope actually whatever the questions you have, please share into through the mail also. I'm checking as well because of very less time. We have done a lot of things. And Rohan, also we can discuss about it. The team will also come up with you and discuss with you. But definitely, please go through the codings and programmings. Okay. Hope you enjoyed all sessions. Team will connect you. No problem. Thank you so much, all. Thanks for connecting. Thanks for patience for today's session. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. I think see you next time. Right? Next session. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.